Right, what's up, guys? We'll be doing a quick audio check. I'm not sure if the microphone will work tonight, but we'll do our best. So let me know if you guys could hear me. I'm going to try to have the external audio hooked up as long as possible. As long as possible, guys. I see Frank, TD, Alan, how are you? Guys, I mean, it's coming down crazy now. It is really, really coming down hard here in Manhattan. Sam, what's going on? Good to see you. Hey, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Carol Reevy. Always a pleasure. NYC. Now, one of the things I noticed about the snowstorm is the wind is really, really powerful, but the wind is blowing south. So if we're going to walk, that means we're not going to walk northbound because it's just too much. Like, you could see the snow coming down. So tonight we'll kind of do a slow walk and we'll head south, if that makes sense. So this way we make sure that the wind is at our back. Hey, Professor Dario, it's good to see you. Now, the last time we had a snowstorm, I was actually walking around the city with Professor, which was a lot of fun. We'll get started in just a moment here, everyone. OC is here, says greetings from Southern California. Thanks for joining us. Now, I was just reading the latest weather report from the National Weather Service. And it said that starting at midnight, New York City is going to experience 3 inches per hour snowfall. Oh, just in time. We have the New York City sanitation coming by. We'll be able to see the snowplows coming south. Wow. Okay, the wind is definitely picking up now, guys. I mean, this is almost whiteout conditions. Anyway, I see Western Mass Dave is here. What's up, Dave? Hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you're staying warm and dry tonight. Hey, Dan Sang, what's going on? Good to see you. Keith says, let's talk Tesla and Galaxy if possible. Probably not going to be talking about stocks too much tonight, mainly because it's going to be near impossible for me to read the chat as much as I want to, just because it's coming down pretty good, and the wind gusts tonight, it's going to sound crazy, but the wind gusts are going to be upwards of 70 miles an hour at times. But throughout most of the night, it's going to be about 30 mile an hour sustained, with the potential of 70 mile an hour gusts, which is really wild. Go for Hockey's. What's going on? Speaking of hockey, the United States hockey team, both the men and the women, won gold, which was just such an amazing game to see. It was awesome. Hey, I see D is here. What's going on? Good to see you, D. Thanks for joining us. Jessica is here. How are you? Devil says, Tom, is code blue in effect? Now, I'm not too sure what code blue means, but I mean, the mayor of New York City is really pulling out, everything he could do. There's not really much he can do except just tell everybody to stay home. But, yeah. So, one of the things that the mayor did come out and announce earlier today is that there's going to be a travel ban. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but starting at 9 o'clock tonight, so we're about 30 minutes into the ban, you are not allowed to travel. So no driving your personal vehicle on the roads tonight all the way into tomorrow at about 12 p.m. Okay? So only essential workers and emergency vehicles will be allowed to be on the roads in New York City tonight through tomorrow at noon. Also, the mayor of New York City, Mayor Mamdani, announced that it'll be a traditional snow day. So, traditional snow day tomorrow for all the New York City kids, which will be great. No e-learning. It's really, really coming down. But in a weird way, it's beautiful to experience this in person. Hopefully the camera's doing it justice. The snow is literally coming down in buckets as we're looking up at the one and only Crown Building, which is now the Amman, New York. And guys, you could, look at this. The snow is accumulating rapidly. Okay, I've been out in this all day filming, and just over the last hour here, the snow has been accumulating like crazy. I see Scott Perry is joining us. Good to see you, Scott. I also see our friend Jay Joker. Hey, in New England Crypto, what's going on? Thanks so much for joining us. Auden Network is here. Florida Boy in Atlanta says thank you so much for the live stream. Yeah, I thought I'd pop on a little bit just to say hello to everybody and honestly to capture this historic event. This is pretty cool. Alvin says, Tom, it doesn't look like much compared to what we have in Queens. Well, maybe you're right because from my understanding, parts of Long Island are actually going to get more than the city. So the further east you are, apparently, you're going to get more snow. Now, I'm kind of being selfish here. I'm kind of taking cover behind this scaffolding because once you get in the middle of Fifth Avenue, the wind is insane. Now, I'll try to point the camera towards the sky so you can see what I'm talking about, but the visibility must be less than a quarter mile. Anyway, Yogi says doesn't look like much compared to New Jersey. Well, the storm just started. The brunt of the storm pretty much just started. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. This is looking directly down 57th Street, New York City's Billionaires Row. What an angle. Absolutely nobody on the streets except me and a few others. This poor guy doesn't even have a hat on. I feel like giving him my hat. Oof. Now look at this, guys. This is like an icy lake. Poor guy. This is looking over towards Madison Avenue, and it's just absolutely coming down in buckets. I even have snow boots on, but I'm trying to avoid the ice puddles myself. Of course, I have my trusty umbrella with me, too. It's good to see you, Cap. Thanks for joining us on this historic night indeed. I see Gary Carpenter. This will be a nice shot in the middle of 57th Street. You know, the New York City buses are running running perfectly. Anyway, if you're just joining, what I said in the very beginning of the video is that all of the wind tonight is blowing southbound, as you could tell by the direction of the snow and also the direction of the steam that you see coming out of this steam pipe. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be walking southbound, so the wind is at our back, because as I'm walking south, it's not bad. It's actually not bad. Quinn says, I thought there was a travel ban starting at 9. You're correct. There is. The mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, did initiate a travel ban. However, public transportation should be running as normal, and essential workers are able to operate their vehicles and such. This is right outside of the Trump Tower now. I see Victor. What's going on? Jessica. Yogi, Gary. I mean, what's really impressive, I mean, guys, look at that. That's crazy. Now, I'm streaming in 1080p, I believe about 30 frames a second. I wish I was shooting a standalone video in 120 frames a second, just so you could really see how fast the snow is coming down. Now, if we were to make a left right here, this would be the main entrance to the residences at the Trump Tower. And right across the street here is going to be the brand new Harry Winston flagship. Ooh, that wind is really, really cutting. Now, I'm curious to see what Times Square looks like tonight. So we'll have to make our way down to Times Square right now. Steve says, how much are y'all getting from the forecast? Well, apparently New York City could see anywhere from 24 to 30 inches of snow. Now, that's really up in the air in terms of exactly how much we'll get. Nobody really knows. But from what I heard, apparently the Jersey Shore could see upwards of 40 inches of snow, which is crazy. So good thing we're not the Jersey Shore. Wow, this is borderline like whiteout conditions. Hopefully nobody's out in this driving. Paul is here. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Western Mass Dave says, unfortunately, this snow is going to be very sticky and heavy snow. You're right. Well, that's the thing. You know, that's the downside about this snow, everyone, is that, you know, it's not that cold out right now compared to what it usually is. Well, I should say compared to what it was over the last 2 weeks here in New York City. So it's going to be like right on the border of freezing all night. So this is going to be wet, heavy, heavy snow, which is going to be very, very dangerous to shovel. Now, they always give that public service announcement because many people have heart attacks when they try to shovel the snow, and that's because they try to lift. So if you're shoveling snow, make sure you're using a pushing motion and you don't actually try to lift the snow. Because when you're coming from a very warm environment like your home to a very, very cold environment like the outside, your blood vessels are going to constrict. And then if you're exerting yourself by, trying to haul 50 pounds of snow, it could be very dangerous. So please be safe. Now, this is an amazing shot, guys. Look at how beautiful this is. This is looking at the Peninsula Hotel. This is one of New York City's many five-star hotels. Just an absolutely beautiful facade that complements this treacherous snow quite well. We'll continue on our way southbound as we walk past the University Club. And I'd say we probably have about a good maybe 2 inches of snow on the sidewalk right now. Obviously, that's nothing, major. You could kind of see it in my boot right there. But, these crews that work for all these buildings have been out all night, salting the sidewalk, with the snow blowers. So for it to still be this much accumulation, that's pretty impressive. Now, I'm going to kind of step back inside here so we could take a quick look at the University Club, and you could really see this snow coming down sideways. Someone says it looks like a movie. It really does. Lisa, this is Tom. We somehow have more snow downtown. Oh, is that right? Jeez. Well, it makes sense. As we talked about earlier, apparently New Jersey and the Jersey Shore is supposed to get, almost 40 inches of snow. Potato says, what is it like in Central Park? It's probably too crazy to go to Central Park right now, mainly because it's going to be so dark. Let me get my umbrella out, and we'll continue walking southbound. Hey, Brad, good to see you. What's going on? You're just in time to experience what is likely to turn out to be one of New York City's largest snowstorms. Once the clock strikes about midnight till about 3 o'clock in the morning, we could potentially see upwards of 3 inches per hour coming down. But if you're curious about where we're headed to Times Square, because I really want to see what the snow looks like amongst all of the billboards and the lights and things like that. Mike says, wow, the streets are empty. Yeah, we're under a state of emergency right now, and we're under a blizzard warning right now. And we also have a travel ban. So the mayor of New York City banned all travel, which I think was a good move because nobody really needs to be out in this driving around. We just need the people who are responsible for getting rid of all this snow out and about, as opposed to us. However, shout out to all of the essential workers out there. And shout out to these guys working hard. You can see the Swarovski store to your right. Justice is what's the over-under on accumulation for New York City. Anywhere between 24 and 30 inches of snow is expected. I would say we already have about maybe 3 inches on the ground. And Fifth Avenue is going to be covered. This is looking directly up Fifth Avenue right now. And this is looking at St. Thomas Church. Once we get closer to 42nd Street, I'm going to make a right, and then we'll kind of head into the main area of Times Square. Hey, Dave says, hey, Tom, it's been a while. Hope you're well. Thank you, Dave. We're doing good. We're just kind of braving this snowstorm. But look at that. What an amazing shot of St. Thomas Church right now. It's an incredible shot. Hey, Shell, good to see you. TD is joining us. Tatted T, what's going on? Now, the building that you see right in front of us, everybody, with all of the scaffolding, this is going to be the brand new headquarters for Rolex Watch. It's an amazing building. I'll try to show you guys the facade, but I'm really excited about this one. This is the city's newest Class A office tower, and this is going to be the brand new headquarters for Rolex. But if you guys are enjoying the live stream, feel free to hit the like and subscribe and share the feed. Alex, as I remember in 2008, I shoveled snow all Christmas night. It just kept coming down. Well, according to the Weather Channel, the last time that New York City had a snow event like the one we're going to have right now is 2016. I believe we had over 20 inches of snow in 2016. I can't believe the buses are running right now. And it seems like the buses are running with frequency too. I mean, we just saw 3 downtown buses come. Ace says, hey Tom, hockey gold comes with the price. You now inherit our Canadian weather. God, that's true. Now, I'm not a big hockey fan, but I think we could all agree that hockey was by far the best and most entertaining for this Olympics. I mean, my God. Not only did the U.S. men's win gold, but also the U.S. women's won gold over Canada. But, I mean, obviously I'm an American, so I am over the moon happy that the United States won gold and beat Canada. But to our Canadian friends, what a game. I mean, holy crap, was that exciting. And I'm not a hockey guy, I'm a soccer guy. But I've never been so on the edge of my seat for anything. That was an amazing game. So thank you to our Canadian friends for the competition. And I'm surprised we won, but I'm glad we won. How many of you watched the U.S. hockey game this morning that was on at 8 o'clock? Now, this is the Cartier store right on New York City's 5th Avenue. I'll quickly show the American flag for our big W this morning. Brian says, I watched it. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this was a little bit of revenge because, from my understanding, I think the Canadians beat the United States in the other hockey tournament. I think it was the Nations Cup. Now, guys, this used to be the flagship for Versace, but Kim Kardashian took it over. And this is Kim Kardashian's store now called Skims. Hey, Dale, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're just strolling down 5th Avenue and kind of getting back to the weather commentary now. I'm not too sure how well this is turning out on the stream, but guys, this is near whiteout right now. I don't know if the stream is doing it justice, but holy crap. Whatever happened in the last 10 minutes of me talking, it is coming down like crazy. Well, now we are on the corner of 50th Street, and this is the beautiful St. Patrick's Cathedral. Look at that. Let me get behind this building for a second because, again, the wind tonight is coming down southbound. Whew, it's good to get out of the wind. It's like 30-mile-an-hour wind with gusts could potentially be upwards of 70 miles an hour tonight. Let me try to keep up on the comments. I see Lisa Davis is here. Oh yeah, Western Mass Dave. Yeah, the figure skating I saw too. That was an unbelievable. I mean, Team USA all around an amazing performance, everything. Figure skating, everything. It was an unbelievable Winter Olympics, and I had an amazing time watching it. Just unbelievable talent all around. All right, let me stand in the middle of the street. Guys, look at how cool this shot is. For those of you who are unfamiliar with New York, this is looking over towards the New York Palace. So this is the New York Lotte Tower, all the way at the end. And then as I kind of turn the camera the other way, this is looking straight at Radio City Music Hall. You know what would be cool to see tonight as well? I might as well take you guys. I want to see what the Rockefeller Center ice skating rink looks like tonight. Look at this little NYPD cruiser here. It's almost completely covered in snow. Let's see if a police officer's in there. Hopefully he's cranking the heat up in that thing. There's an officer in there. Well, shout out to him. Hopefully he's staying warm in this blizzard. I see Nina is here, Alex. This is my mom, loved figure skating. She would have been watching for sure. Brad says kids in New York enjoying that snow day. Yeah, and we don't even have, it's a traditional snow day too. It's not the lame remote learning. Someone says, homesick for New York City. Your videos make me feel like I'm there. Yeah, I mean, even though, I mean, let's be honest. The snow is a real pain. I'm not going to lie. But as it's coming down, it's really beautiful. I think we could all agree on that. Oh, yeah. So, Rockefeller Center, obviously with all the money they have, they hire these private snow removal companies. This is a bulldozer that's literally barreling down Fifth Avenue right now. And they use a tremendous bulldozer to pick up all the snow. Now, a little bit later on in the night, which we may be able to experience, is they're going to have dump trucks come by. And the bulldozers are going to pick up all that snow and put them into dump trucks, and they're going to be hauled off, where they'll either be dumped into the East River or they put them in these machines, which are quite literally melting machines, which is pretty cool. Now, you know what really caught my eye? Look at those trees. There are these 3 beautiful trees right by St. Patrick's Cathedral that are totally covered in snow right now. What a beautiful, beautiful sight that is. It looks like something out of a Christmas movie. Snow coming down, St. Patrick's Cathedral. You really can't beat it. It's gorgeous. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Good to see you. I see Shell is here. But that's a great shot. I'm going to have to come back when I finish the stream and take some photos around here. Lou, says how many inches so far. I mean, look, it's tough to tell, but I would guess maybe 3 to 5. Now, the reason why I say that is because it might not look like a lot of accumulation on the sidewalks, but these people have been out salting the sidewalk, clearing the snow all night. And it's just now kind of overcoming that initial layer of salt. And this is a look straight at Rockefeller Center. And this is looking right up at 30 Rock. So if you ever go to the top of the rock, that's the building that you go. Hey, NBA Elias, good to see you. Thanks for joining tonight, everyone. Should be a fun stream. Our first stop tonight is going to be the ice skating rink at Rockefeller Center, and then we're going to head over to Times Square. Fade, says Tom, the Art Deco complements the snow so well. You know, it really does. You know, there's a building that I'm really more recently excited about, and that is the Radiator Building. Now, the reason why I say recently excited about it is because they just finished their mandatory facade work. So as you're standing near Bryant Park, you could look up at that Radiator Building and you have this magnificent gold top, and it's probably going to look fantastic in the snow. If we have some time, maybe we'll head over there. All right, let's go ahead and cross Fifth Avenue. And it looks like the bus is going to come down here in just a moment. Wow, look at how eerie it is to see Fifth Avenue just totally empty. I might have to wipe the camera lens in a second. Once we get under scaffolding, I'll go ahead and wipe it. I also got to make sure I keep the microphone clear of any liquid too. Let's see. Yeah, I heard about that. So it's funny, that guy, so someone's talking about like a South Korean dating show. Hold on, let me wipe the camera lens. So he is a quantitative trader at Jump Trading. And one of my good buddies, well actually one of my brother's best friends from college, who I actually lived in his closet at Columbus Circle, he's a quantitative at Jump Trading. And I think they work together, so it's like a small world. Let me go back and read your comment for a second. Yeah, 383 said that. Yeah, that's correct. So the firm he works for is Jump Trading. And when I heard about that, I'm like, let me text my brother, because my brother, who's an extremely smart guy, way smarter than me, his best friend from Cornell got his start in quantitative finance working at Citadel. And then from Citadel, he was hired away to Jump Trading, where he works with this guy who's like a cast member on some K-pop show or something. I think they live in New York City. Anyway, Okay, guys, check this out. Look at how cool that is. What we're looking at right now is the Rockefeller Center ice skating rink. And with all of the lights, you could really see the snow coming down. What a beautiful shot. Yeah, we're having a big sell-off in Bitcoin. I think you'll probably find a bottom in Bitcoin. Q4 or Q1 2027. Q1 2027 or Q4 2026. I mean, look at how fluffy the snow is. It's like this very, very heavy, heavy snow. Oh my gosh, crazy how it's coming down. Oof, man. The wind just blew what felt like probably like a 5-pound weight of snow on the umbrella. Oh, Maron. A poor guy doesn't even have a hat on. You got to wear a hat. I don't want you to get sick. So check this out. As I said before, Rockefeller Center, they hire a private snow removal company, and they have 2 of these tremendous bulldozers. And what they do is they push the snow into the middle of the street, in which case later they'll have big dump trucks that'll come and they'll haul the snow out. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some power outages tonight, everyone, for places like New Jersey and Connecticut, because this snow is really, really heavy. Really heavy snow. Now, there's really no above-ground power lines in Manhattan, but I would really be careful if you live in New Jersey or Connecticut. Watch out for those down power lines, because this is heavy, heavy snow. And this is the very famous Rockefeller Center ice skating rink. Now, this building that we're looking at right now, this is where they filmed the Today Show. We're actually technically in the backdrop of today's show right now. Asia Unscripted, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Let me try to get out of their way here, because I don't want to accidentally get swept up in one of these snow piles. Wow. Eric says, be careful out there. Thank you so much. Here comes the big snowplow. Get a load of this thing. I just got to make sure the water doesn't get into the lens. Hey, Melissa 2087 says, looks beautiful out here in New Jersey. Oh, you're in New Jersey. Got it. Hey, One Love says, hey, Tom, do you think... Yeah, so I saw the craziness going on in Mexico. I can't believe that. I really didn't have enough time to look into it. But, I mean, I'm very concerned about what's going on there, particularly because some World Cup games are supposed to happen in Mexico. I don't know what'll happen there. But I'm going to try my best to read the comments tonight. It's just, I don't have a free hand. I have an umbrella here, so just bear with us. I'm going to quickly try to just dry the gimbal off here. I just don't want to... just give us 1 second, everyone. Okay, we should be good. It's just all the snow lands on the camera. And then as it melts, that's definitely not good. Hey, Brandon, thank you so much for being a supporter. I appreciate it. Taco says, do you think the government controls the weather? I control the weather. Me. Walks in Wall Street. Whatever I say goes. And I say more snow. All right. Let's try to make our way to the one and only Times Square. I wonder if any of the restaurants are open in Times Square, like Raising Cane's or something like that, because honestly, I might get something to eat. I haven't really eaten all day. Hey, Solo 401, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Black Ribbon, welcome. Okay, here we are, everyone. This is Avenue of the Americas. Yeah, Asia Unscripted says Jollibee's pretty good. Jollibee is Filipino, I believe, from the Philippines. Man, already the puddles are tremendous. Well, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, feel free to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Hey, Wing, thank you so much for your very generous $20 donation. I appreciate the support, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your generous donation. Neil says, Tom, are you still starting up Talks on Wall Street this week? Yes. I should have the first video out this week, absolutely. Apologies for the delay. Now, this is looking northbound, excuse me, towards Radio City. How cool is this shot? Look at that. Hey, Blackpool is here. You can see 1221 Avenue of the Americas. This is where they have one of my favorite steakhouses. I mean, it is quite peaceful here, isn't it, everyone? Looks beautiful. Hey, thank you so much for your $10 donation. I appreciate the support. Angela Sanchez, thank you very much. Ooh, looks like we got an NYPD cruiser here. I mean, it seems as if a lot of people have respected the travel ban. I don't really see too many vehicles out. Hey, I see Andy here. Andy, good to see you from South Korea. 저는 한국에 가고 싶습니다. I want to go to Korea myself. Hopefully I'll be back soon, perhaps in April. Now, looking on the bright side, I will be in Miami, Florida in about a week and a half. So we should be having some Palm Beach and Miami videos on the channel up. This is New York City Winter Olympics here. You can see people jumping over these piles here. I'm trying to find a less windy block, because every time I come up against the side streets, the wind is just too cutting to be able to walk down the street. Now, the building we're looking at right now, everybody, is the News Corporation building. This is where they film Fox News, and this is also the headquarters of the Wall Street Journal. You also have Investors Business Daily in that building too. Hey, One Love, thank you so much for your generous $5 donation. Says for some hot coffee. I'll definitely be getting a coffee at some point tonight. Someone says, are there any restaurants open? You know what I was just thinking as we were having our conversation about Times Square? I might go to my all-time favorite diner. It's called the Flame Diner. That's open 24/7, 365. So maybe I'll go there tonight at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. You never know. You never know. You know, I always try to support the small businesses in Manhattan, particularly when it comes to the bodegas and the delis. And some of the best diners, in Manhattan are owned by the Greeks. It's something about the Greeks. I'm not too sure if we have any Greeks in the audience tonight, but they have the best diners. They have some great ones in Astoria, Queens, but there's a really good one that I enjoy that's close to Columbus Circle and the John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and it's called the Flame Diner, and it's very, very good. And it's owned by a Greek family, and I always try to go and support. So check them out. Anyway, moving on from the Greeks. We've plugged them enough. This is the 47th, 50th Street Rockefeller Center station, but this is also the start of New York City's Diamond District. So if anybody's ever seen those watch negotiations on Instagram or YouTube Shorts, this is where that all happens, right here. You also have one of the largest bullion exchanges right here, as gold is now over $5,000 an ounce. Okay, we're now going to cross over and we'll check out Times Square. Hey, JD. Good to see you, JD. Melissa says, if there's a travel ban, shouldn't businesses be closed? I'm not too sure the legality on that. I honestly don't know. I don't think so. The only thing that I know is that it doesn't apply to, how am I blanking on the name? My gosh. Essential workers. So if you're an essential worker in New York City, the travel ban obviously does not apply to you. So like nurses, firemen, police. You can really see the snow coming down in the light. Oh man, so beautiful. Zully, thank you so much for your generous $5 donation. I appreciate it. I'm going to stand back a little bit because this is probably one of the most New York shots you could possibly have. You not only have the New York City Diamond District, but you have a Nathan's hot dog stand getting covered in snow with the New York City subway here. How cool is that? And from this angle, you could really see the snow coming down. I mean, this is really heavy snow, everyone. Again, I'm not too sure how well it comes out on the live stream, but it's certainly coming down. Oops, let me clear the water. Now, I'm no meteorologist, but just from looking at it right now, this is at least an inch to 2 inches an hour. I mean, am I exaggerating? I don't think so. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This is at least probably 2 inches an hour coming down right now. About an hour ago, before I started the broadcast, the weather said, I mean, according to the National Weather Service, we might get upwards of 3 inches an hour starting at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So, but these folks right here have the right idea. Grab a burger, maybe a nice coffee, and enjoy the storm from the warmth of the Carnegie Diner. Hey, Peter, good to see you. Hey, Janet says, take care, New York. With love from Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much for your support. Hey, Old Tape Archives, as we appreciate you dealing with the elements in this historic blizzard. Thank you so much, Old Tape Archive, for the support. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream. Let me duck under the scaffolding for a moment. Whew. Gosh, that wind. Hey, Daniel, thank you so much for your $10 donation. I appreciate it. Says thank you for the great commentary. Thank you for the support, everybody. I'll try my best to get to all the comments. Eddie says wishing you well from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you so much. I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. As I always say in New York, it's not necessarily the actual snowstorm that is a problem in New York. The issue is the days after the storm. That's the problem, because it's just such a pain to clean it all up. And for whatever reason, I mean, this is nobody's fault. I mean, everybody was trying to blame this on the mayor, right? Like, I'm a fair person. You can't blame people not picking up after their dogs on the mayor. But for whatever reason, every single time that we have a snowstorm, everybody just quits picking up after their dogs. I don't understand. Hey, Elias, good to see you. Smarty Pants says I have not been getting your notifications. YouTube has been acting up. For whatever reason, YouTube has really been acting up the last week and a half. So I apologize for the terrible YouTube. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for your very generous $50 donation. Thank you, Chris. Says you get that steak yet? I mean, I'll be getting that steak right now with your generous donation. If you're ever in New York, I mean, let me know and I'll be sure to return the favor. So thank you very much for your kindness, Chris. And then I see that's a cool view from under the scaffolding. Stay safe. Thank you so much for your $5 donation. MERC703. And then 3298 says any luxury apartments in Manhattan you could recommend for a one bedroom under $3,200. That's going to be tough. $3,200 for a one bedroom in Manhattan. Honestly, that's going to be tough. And I know that sounds crazy because we probably have a lot of people watching from all over the country. And you might be asking yourself, wait, $3,200 a month is not enough to rent a one-bedroom apartment? I mean, if you're looking for a luxury building with amenities, I would say $3,200 is probably going to be next to impossible for a one-bedroom. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. If you want to stay on the island of Manhattan, you're going to have to go very, very, very far uptown. Let's just say that. It's really crazy. And I mean, I have a friend who's going through this right now. I mean, his landlord is raising his rent $500. So he has to move out. And he's been looking in Jersey City and he's been looking in Hoboken, New Jersey for a two-bedroom apartment. And his budget is $3,500. And I'm like, listen, if you need a two-bedroom for $3,500, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that without moving to Westchester. And Westchester's not bad. To be honest, Westchester is not bad. But the prices in New York City, particularly in Manhattan, are outrageous. Outrageous. And I think everybody agrees with that. Lori M says, my God, you can rent a 4-bedroom home in Dallas for $1,500 a month. Yeah, $1,500 a month in Manhattan it literally will not get you anything. And if it does get you something, you're probably going to be living in a drug den with roaches and with both types of cockroaches. It's a drug reference, but anyway, moving on. Yeah, I mean, look, I've always said, this is kind of my take on Manhattan. Manhattan will never be affordable. Okay, it doesn't matter even if you let the free market work and you build and you're developer friendly, it will never be affordable in Manhattan, and I'll explain why. There's only a limited amount of land in Manhattan, and much of it is historically protected. So I'll give you a kind of an analogy, I guess a comparison to a city like Austin, Texas, right? So Austin, Texas has been really, really good with allowing developers to build, to put more supply on the market. And obviously, as you put supply on the market, guess what happens? It satiates that demand and it alleviates that pricing pressure to the upside. So you're actually starting to see rents come down in those key cities that were boom towns during the pandemic. Like Nashville, Tennessee, rents are coming down. Miami, Florida, rents are coming down a little bit. Austin, Texas, even Dallas, Texas, rents are coming down. But there's no way you're going to be able to build those kind of cookie cutter, glass rental buildings in Manhattan, because nobody's going to want that to be built. Like if you think about a neighborhood like Tribeca or Soho, for example, okay, much of those buildings are historically protected. They have these gorgeous cast iron facades. They're over 100 years old. You can't alter those buildings. Now, the problem is those buildings house maybe 4 to 5 families. If you wanted just to bulldoze Tribeca, if you wanted to bulldoze Soho, okay, destroy all of those historical buildings and then build, 25 to 30 apartment buildings with 100 units each, that would alleviate some of the pressure, but that's never going to happen. It's just not happening. And they're trying to do that a little bit with Harlem, but they're facing so much blowback from the community. It's just, New York City has an unlimited amount of demand. Everybody in the world wants to come here. So you're not only competing with very, very wealthy people domestically in New York, you're competing with very, very wealthy people internationally. And there is an unlimited amount of very wealthy internationals that are willing to pay anything to live here, okay? Especially the internationals that send their kids to school in New York. They will pay ridiculous prices for their kids to come here and go to school. It's just what it is in Manhattan. It is a very, very unique market, and the competition is so fierce on the buy side and the rental side that it's just not going to be affordable. And New York is very, very unique in that respect. You can't name one city on earth where everybody, literally everyone in the world, wants to live in New York City at least once. So you're going to have demand even for the worst apartment. The apartment could literally be breaking down and have roaches, and you're going to be able to find a renter. Miller says London is comparable. A little bit, but not to the extent of New York. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the rental market. But guys, we are now in Times Square, and the snow is really, really coming down. Really coming down. Last thing I'll say about the rental market, and which kind of, what leads me to believe why I believe my thesis is correct, is because if you venture into Westchester County, the only, I would say, city that has done what I just outlined, which is knock down a lot of the buildings and just build, these cookie cutter glass high-rise rental buildings, is New Rochelle. And it is the only city in the tri-state area where you actually have rents coming down on a 5-year basis, is New Rochelle, New York. But again, there's a lot of people that are up in arms, the locals in New Rochelle, that they're like, look, we don't want our city to be turned into, a cookie cutter rental, place. But the only way you're going to get rents down is if you put more supply on that market. And the cheapest way to do that is to build high density, extremely, extremely high density. Wow, guys, look at this. What we're looking at right now is the One Times Square. This is the building where they dropped the ball on New Year's Eve, and they have now converted it into an observation deck and a museum, which is really nice. Hey, I see Patrice 2020. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to Times Square during this blizzard. Madison 32, good to see you. New girl says it must be a complete frozen hell driving in this. Yeah, I mean, which is why the mayor implemented a travel ban, right? I mean, this snow is really, really heavy, wet snow, because we are right on the border of freezing temperatures. I think it's only about, well, not only, it's like 32 degrees right now. Hey, Mike, New York. What's up, Mike? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're now looking at the Hard Rock here. And that's Raising Cane's across the street. Now, you know what's a really nice neighborhood that I've been spending a lot of time in recently? Is Palisades Park, New Jersey. Is anybody here watching this broadcast from New Jersey? Or is anybody that's watching this broadcast familiar with Palisades Park? That is a really, really nice neighborhood, and it's very easy to get to. I believe it's the second exit as you cross the George Washington Bridge. Great restaurants, amazing bakeries, amazing coffee shops, great public schools, great single-family homes. I really, really love Palisades Park. Amazing. And, you know, I'm a New Yorker. I don't go to New Jersey. But I've been recently going to New Jersey more often. And I'm very impressed with Palisades Park. So if anybody is looking to potentially move out of New York because of the, you know, skyrocketing costs, and maybe you have kids and you're looking for a good school district and you want a sense of community, I mean, Palisades Park, I really, really like it. And I'm kind of scrolling through the comments here, and it seems as if many of you are familiar with Palisades Park too. Oh, wow, it's shopping carts. Says Tom, I'm moving there in a few months. Well, you're going to enjoy it. I'll give you a recommendation for one of my favorite bakeries there. This is honestly one of my favorite bakeries in the tri-state area. Okay, it's called Davant. So if you look up Davant Bakery in Palisades Park, New Jersey, oh my God, that place is lights out. It's amazing, amazing bakery. Great coffee, great bakery. Man, it is really coming down. Adrian, good to see you. This is looking right at the NASDAQ. This is really, really messy and kind of nasty snow. So this is the brand new entrance to the subway here. And this is also the brand new One Times Square. So this is where they dropped the ball on New Year's Eve. And there's also a sky deck that looks over the entire New York City. Well, the entire Times Square, I should say. Wow, this is a cool shot, really coming down. This is probably maybe 3 or 4 inches deep right here. Definitely does look kind of magical with the snow. This is now the corner of 7th Avenue, everyone. Maybe we'll go all the way down to 34th Street. Holy crap. That car is driving way too fast. Okay, no spamming in the chat. No spamming where I live, where do you live, where do you live. I mean, should we just exchange social security numbers on the chat live right now? How about this? I'm going to dox myself and I'm just going to post my social security number in the chat, and you guys can feel free to open as many credit cards as you'd like. Wow. Holy crap, that wind is really, really cutting as you cross the street. I gotta shake off some of the snow from my umbrella. Now, when I point the camera towards the sky, you could really get a sense for how the snow is coming down. There's one of the snow plows there. Hey, K4, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hey, D, good to see you, D. Thanks for joining. Western Mass Dave says, Tom, what am I wearing for my footwear? So I'm wearing rain boots. They're pretty good. I mean, my feet are relatively dry right now. I would recommend. It's this brand called, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but Burbar. When I get under this scaffolding, maybe I'll be able to show it to you, but these boots here, they're all rubber. And I'll probably be wearing them every single day this week. Someone says, how was your stay in Miami recently? Well, I wasn't able to make it to Miami, unfortunately, for the boat show, but I will be headed to Miami next week, and I'm going to be there for about a week and a half. Wow, everyone, look at this. Designer says you need to put some thicker pants on. Yeah, so these pants are waterproof. They're very, very thin, and they wick away a lot of the rain and the snow. That's why I've chosen to wear them. But look at this frozen lake right as we're about to cross the street here. I mean, everyone's doing as good of a job as they can. Fernando, what's up, dude? You got to get a better umbrella. My friend.
Hey,
good to see you, dude. How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
Dude, the storm is crazy.
My phone is wet. I was streaming, but
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't charging.
Oh, really?
How you been?
I've been really good. I've been good, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know I've been inactive.
How was it?
Not as active.
Yeah.
So, you're out all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was out as much as I can. I would like to spend more time in South Florida, but
South Florida, yeah, Miami.
yeah, I'm going to be there next week.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend maybe like a week and a half down there. But yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thank you. You too. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we'll meet. You have my contact info, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll meet up for coffee or something. I haven't seen you in a long
I
time.
like that.
All right, man. I'll see you soon. Okay. I got to get you a better umbrella.
I know.
I know, dude. I'll see you soon. Okay. Take care, man. See you. That's my old friend, good friend of mine. I think we'll do a U-turn and head down to, what's it called? 34th Street to show you guys the Pen 2 project. You can see the NYPD cruiser here. Dan sang. Says they opened up a Mishway in Flushing. You know, I've been going to Mishway a lot lately. The location at 32nd Street, Korea Way, is doing really well. And I think it's going to do even better in the summer. I think it's going to do really, really well in the summer. Because it's impossible to get an ice cream for $1 in New York City. But you could do it with Mishway. Maybe we'll go down here. I'll show you guys Carmine's. Carmine's is a pretty good restaurant. Just has very, very big portions, I'd say. So if you're going to go to Carmine's, make sure you go with friends. I usually go to the location on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, but sometimes I go to this one too. Someone's saying Joe's Stone Crab. Yeah, that's in the South of 5th neighborhood of Miami, right? And I think they're only open for like 6 months out of the year too. Man, it is really coming down. it's very difficult to walk that way. I'm gonna have to go back just because it's too much too windy. I can barely make it down the block. I have the microphone in today, so I'm not too sure you guys could notice the wind, but it's crazy, too crazy. MG's is much more snow in Brooklyn, New York. I could imagine. The further south you go, the more snow we're going to get. So the Jersey Shore is going to be crazy. Product designers says you sound great, can't hear the wind. Yeah, I finally have the microphone in tonight. If I didn't have the microphone in, I don't think we would be able to do the stream. But it's good to see everyone as we walk through Times Square on this very, very snowy night. Wow, the flakes are tremendous now. Crazy. This is like lake effect snow. If you've ever been upstate New York, they have this lake effect snow. Tremendous big flakes. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Hey, thank you. Yes, we just recently hit 100,000, so I appreciate all of you very, very much. Someone's asking if we're going to be out tomorrow. Yeah, I should be out tomorrow for sure. Maybe we'll do a stream kind of documenting the, snow. And documenting the aftermath, if you will. I always like looking at the hot dog stands in the snow. It's a very iconic New York City shot. Oh gosh, that wind. Maybe you can't hear the wind, but you could see the snow coming down sideways. Man, oh man. Oof. Oh crap. All right, next stop, Penn Station. One more shot at the sky. It's like a winter wonderland out here. Dr. Evils is one of my clients, is a huge Fish fan. Yeah, so whenever Fish plays at Madison Square Garden, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Penn Station is absolutely mobbed whenever Fish plays at MSG. All right, we're now going to cross 42nd Street and head southbound. We'll wait till this car goes first. Hey, Ed Dunkel, what's up? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. This is looking over towards Bryant Park. Maybe I'll take a quick break under the scaffolding here. It's probably coming down maybe 2 inches an hour right now.
Can you share me some internet?
I don't care. Let me just get away from this guy real quick. Just got to make sure he's not following me. Well, this intersection looks pretty bad. Looks like a lot of snow is accumulating. Hey, Mark, what's going on? Rocker is here from New Jersey. We're passing right under the Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett's restaurant and hotel. Hey, Michelle Henry, good to see you. Patrick Connolly, Luck of the Irish joining us. Hey, a Tiff, what's going on? Hopefully you're staying dry and warm. Aya Vlogs, what's going on? Good to see you. A Tiff, hopefully everything's going well in Red Hook. I haven't been to Red Hook in a really long time. I'll have to swing by and say what's up. If anybody is looking to move to Red Hook, Brooklyn, there's a brand new NYU Langone Medical Center that's opened up. Feel free to check them out. Our friend at Tiff in the audience is the head doctor at the NYU Langone Medical Center of Red Hook, Brooklyn. So you'll be in good hands. I gotta get all the snow off this umbrella. I think the Dollar Pizza place was open, right? I'm just curious. Let me see. Golden's is in Massachusetts. It's really coming down. Yeah, I mean, some parts of Boston are going to get way more than what New York is expected to get. Jan says go down to 34th Street, Herald Square. Yeah, I think I'll do that now, but you're right. I mean, walking Park Avenue, particularly now with the snow, looking at 270 Park, the brand new JP Morgan Chase office tower, you really can't beat that. Really, really nice. Speeds is Cape Cod's coming down here. Anybody have any power outages? Well, I'd assume nobody in the audience, because chances are you wouldn't be able to watch this stream if the power was out, but Scotty says umbrella, it's snow, what happened to men these days? Dude, if you're going to be walking around doing a live stream with a $3,000 camera, you're going to want to protect that said camera and the microphone so it doesn't get all wet. And hey, I'm the one walking around in the blizzard, not you. I've been out filming it for probably going on 7 hours. This is hour 7. Two of those hours which being live streamed. This pizza looks really good. Hey, the OG's here, the FDNY. I'm sure you're probably working tonight. Please be safe. Hopefully not too many calls. Wow, this block looks completely covered in snow. I'd say about a good 5 inches maybe. Hey James, thank you so much for your very kind $5 donation. Thank you so much, James. Hey, Desi, what's up? Thanks for joining. At least we get a nice break under the scaffolding. Hey, Nicholas says, hey, Tom, hope all is well. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're doing well. This is a beautiful building here. Hey, Big Pick, thank you for your $15 donations. Let's get some pizza and hot chocolate. I definitely will. I appreciate the support. And hopefully it's not too snowy where you are. I'd say that's about, what would you say? Maybe 6 inches piled up against those cars. Maybe a little less. Someone says, do you think flights are still going on tonight? I don't think so. I think even the USA hockey team and the Canadian hockey team are going to Miami. Apparently they were both supposed to fly into New York because the NHL will resume, but they're both being rerouted to Miami, Florida. Hey, Dr. Evil, thank you so much for your $20 donation. Says thanks for streaming out there so I don't have to. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Dr. Evil Genius. Appreciate everybody. Wow, Western Mass Dave's is 4,000 flights grounded tonight. Look at this. Here's an empty New York City street for you. Okay, we're coming up to New York City's Penn Station. This is 35th Street and 7th. You'll be able to see the brand new Penn 2 project. Positives is the city seems very quiet tonight. Yeah, you're right. Definitely does. I believe that's because of the travel ban. This is now the corner of 35th Street. Another $1.50 pizza spot. But look at how much snow is on this tree right here. I wouldn't be surprised if this tree, all these branches crack. I mean, the tree's already leaning over. That's the one thing we don't have to worry about here in Manhattan is downed power lines. The only thing open is the pizza. Hey, Janet, thank you so much for your very generous 5 CAD. I'll be sure to exchange that for some pizza. Thank you very much. The trash cans. That looks like a good, 4 to 5 inches. Hey, Carlos is watching you from the jacuzzi in Miami. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in Miami soon as well. Can't wait. Maybe I'll make a trip to Key West again. You never know. Hey, what's up, Mark? From Arizona. Good to see you. Welcome to a beautiful New York City blizzard we have. Oh my God, look at that. Hey, Desi, thank you so much for your very generous $5 donation. And right now we're looking at the Empire State Building. It's so snowy out, you could barely see the spire. The spire is supposed to be right here. Look at that. Hey, Dr. Evil Genius, how do you feel about the 2026 New York Rangers and how badly do you want? So I'm not really a huge hockey fan. I do appreciate your donation, but I will say the USA-Canada hockey game this morning was one of the most exciting things I've ever watched in my entire life. And I would love to go to a New York Rangers game, as I've never been to a Rangers game before. And I need to take advantage of some of the New York City sporting events. Oh man, that was a deep, deep puddle. But yeah, what an amazing game. USA, Canada, so exciting. Overtime, crazy. But thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate it. So I think this is one of the New York City warming centers. And this is really, really good that we do this as a city because we do have a large homeless population. So we do have warming centers throughout the city, which is really, really good. So if you are in need of shelter for the storm, we do have multiple warming stations throughout the city to take advantage of. But now we are officially at the Pen 2 project. Plaza 33, New York City's Penn Station. Oh, wow. Look at the wind. You could kind of see it blowing their umbrellas all over the place. I don't want to step, not one step from outside of this building that I'm taking cover on because it is a tremendous wind tunnel. Crazy. Oh my gosh, that is crazy amount of wind. Now, they did say we could expect upwards of 65 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Whew. This is now 33rd Street. Hey, Sabrina Fair, good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you're somewhere a lot warmer than right here. But I think our microphone just went out of battery. So our mic did die. I think the audio should be back, but you're going to hear a lot more wind noise, I think. Let me know if you guys can still hear me, or is it just that the mic died? So once the microphone dies, you should still be able to hear the audio. Wow, look at the Empire. Western Mass Dave's is very faint. We'll see. It's actually going to go down here. Let me see if I can take you guys inside Penn Station. Now the spire of the Empire State Building is lit up in red, white, and blue for the Team USA hockey victory, but it's so snowy that you can barely even see the spire. Definitely a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust right here. Holy crap. We're now inside. Let me just dry off my gimbal here. So we're now in the brand new Penn Station. I wonder what time it is. Is it like 11:30 at night? Let me see. 11:32 p.m. This is the 7th Avenue, 33rd Street exit. But since it's too windy here, we're going to make this left right by the 1, 2, and 3 trains. Now where you see this Dunkin' Donuts, this used to be a McDonald's way, way back in the day. They've just done such a good job with revitalizing Penn Station.
Attention passengers, all out of railroad service will be suspended system-wide
That's sad.
tonight because of today's blizzard. Last trains on most branches will be between 11 and 12 p.m. 12 a.m.
KD, I remember that Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. There was also a Jamaican spot. There was like a Jamaican beef patty spot in the old Penn Station.
Please keep your feet and personal items away from the sides of the escalator.
Please watch your step and face forward at all times. Please hold on to the handrail while riding the escalator.
Pret is like a little bit of a cafe. It's not bad.
Baby strollers, push carts, and pull carts or similar devices are not permitted on the escalator.
Okay, we're back at street level. Let's see if we can go back to 34th Street, Herald Square. If it's too windy, we'll have to cut it. I'll try to block the wind as much as possible. I mean, how much snow are you guys expecting wherever you're watching from? Chances are, if you're watching from the Northeast, you're probably going to get a ton. Hey, Western Mass Dave, thank you so much for your very generous $10 donation. This is Tom. Yeah, I decided what you were doing tonight. Thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate it. It's just like old times. Hanging around in the good old snowstorm of New York City. I mean, it seems like a pretty decent amount. On 34th. Product designer says, oh, from Louisiana. Very cool. Mark says, what's the forecast? How much are you expecting? Well, apparently anywhere between 24 and 30 inches of snow for New York. That's why the mayor, Mamdani, initiated a travel ban. So no traveling, no vehicles on the roads from 9 p.m. tonight until noon tomorrow. New Jersey, South Jersey, is supposed to get more than us.
No, they gave okay. That's the only floor. They gave okay.
And so you take the and then put a flush.
Hey, Nancy, thank you so much for your $10 donation. Appreciate it. As we are now standing right outside of Macy's. As I said before, it's kind of interesting to see the streets of New York City be so quiet. No vehicles, no cars, just people out shoveling. It's kind of cool. But thank you for your support once again. Okay, this is the 34th Street subway station. You can get the B, D, F, M, N, Q, R, and W trains. Looks like we have a street vendor out in full force, serving the community in these harsh conditions. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at this. Look at how beautiful that looks. That almost doesn't even look real. This looks like AI. Doesn't it? Look at that. Amazing. Let's go ahead and get a closer look. That's beautiful. Like I said, it's not that cold out, so the snow is very, very heavy. It's like a very, very heavy, thick snow. Wow. That's incredible. Type username. Thanks for joining us. Look at all that snow. Crazy. We're Now standing right in the middle of Herald Square. Hey Brandy, good to see you. Thanks for joining again. Wow. Really, really nice. Hey, NBA Elias, thank you so much for your $20 donation. I appreciate the support. So thanks for being out there tonight. The next 48 hours will be interesting for New York City. Go grab a coffee and get warm. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And hopefully you're enjoying the stream tonight. I mean, it's a historic night at that, and a very beautiful night as well. All right, we have to go to Bryant Park tonight. We just have to. But thank you everybody for your support. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna give you another shot. Look at this. Oops, let me just clear something. I mean, we've been walking around for 2 hours now, and these boots are really, really good. So I would highly, highly recommend them. Oh, sounds like we have the snowplow coming through. Maybe not. Can't believe there's only like a few people out and about. Wow, look at them all. The plows are definitely out in force tonight. The bad thing about last storm is that it snowed about a foot, but then a week after the storm it was sub-zero temperatures. So everything turned into a block of ice. But now I think we're gonna have all of this stuff out of here pretty quickly. Sabrina Fair says, what kind of boots? They're these rain boots. Called Barber. And they're essentially, there's not really any insulation in them. It's just rubber, so it keeps you very, very dry. Let's cross the street. Yeah, once you point the camera right into the light, you really get a sense of how heavy the snow is. Hey, Blue Sky, thank you so much for your $10 donations. Says, will the markets be open tomorrow? Yeah, they should. I'm not too sure what futures are doing right now. But thank you very much for your very generous $10 donation. Hopefully you're enjoying this historic snowstorm we have here in New York. I mean, when you look down the side streets, you could really get a sense for how much accumulation we have. That pizza place smells amazing. Audience says, what street are you on? We're on 37th. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is 37th Street and 6th Avenue, or Avenue of the Americas. And this is looking up at Salesforce Tower. And we're gonna go to Bryant Park. Hey, Quants, is my office right here? Looks good for tomorrow's commute. Yeah, I mean, just as long as the wind dies down, it's not bad. However, and you know, things could have changed, but before I went out and started streaming about 2 hours ago, they said the worst of this storm is going to be over New York City right around 2 o'clock in the morning. And we might get 3 inches per hour at that time. So, assuming that that is the case, it might get even worse. This is now 38th Street. If you guys are enjoying tonight's live stream, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Hey Nina, good to see you, music lover. This is, are you near the Garment District? We are walking through it right now as we head towards the Bank of China. This building that you see right here, this is the Bank of China. And then the building one over is Salesforce Tower. And then of course you have the main Bank of America Tower at 42nd Street and 6th. Someone says, sold my Salesforce stock. Yeah, I mean, you know, software companies have been going through a significant re-rating process. Lots of multiple compression. We'll talk about that a little later. Oh, these guys, I think they're, oh no, I thought they were playing hockey in the street. They're just shoveling. Quants says, Flame Diner. You know, I might go to the Flame Diner after this. Not gonna lie. I know, black ribbon, as I'm seeing things. I have all that hockey in my brain from watching the US-Canada game this morning. I can't believe both the US men and women won the gold. That's insane. Anyway, we made it. Everyone, this is Bryant Park. Look at that. Wow. Just looks so peaceful. Now, I don't think I'll be able to go inside Bryant Park, but I'm gonna try. Hey, DeLargo, what's going on? This is Hey Tom, how are you? I'm doing good. Just hanging out in this historic snowstorm. We're set to get over 2 feet of snow tonight in New York. Okay, this is cool. Look at this. Here we are looking at Bryant Park, the famous Bryant Park fountain, and these trees look unbelievable. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, this looks beautiful. I would go in, but all of the barricades are up. I'll see if I can get you guys in on the other side. This is a lot of snow. Yeah, Marks has maybe checked the library. I think that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and walk around to the front of the Stephen Schwartzman building. And I want to see the two lions, Patience and Fortitude. Michael says, why is the park closed? Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Bryant Park is not a public park. Bryant Park is a private park. So they have private security, private landscaping, and they close a specific time as well that they choose. All right, just bear with us for the poor audio. I don't have a mic, so. Look at 42nd Street. I know, Marks, be careful under the branches. All that extra weight on these trees, crazy. Someone says, I didn't know Bryant Park was private. Fascinating. Well, another interesting fun fact about Bryant Park is right where you guys see all of those buildings, that's the ice skating rink. And once they take down the ice skating rink, it'll be the beautiful Bryant Park lawn. And what a lot of people don't know is under the lawn at Bryant Park is an underground bunker. There's a real bunker hidden underground under Bryant Park. And in that bunker houses millions of texts, including books, including, you know, different archives of papers and things like that. And it's only accessible through what's called the book train. Oh, speaking of the branches, you can see some of the branches coming down here. So if you want to look this up, if you go to the New York Public Library's website, you could actually see a mini documentary on the underground bunker, and you could take a look at the book train for yourself. It's very, very cool. And you could see a complete documentation of how they constructed that bunker too. And it connects into the main Stephen Schwarzman building. Stephen Schwarzman is the CEO and founder of the private equity giant Blackstone. And Stephen Schwarzman donated $100 million to restore the original New York Public Library branch that you see right here. This unbelievably beautiful looking one. Let me see if I can give you a quick view. Wow. This looks really nice. Well, look at all the snow coming down off the trees. Hey, good to see you, Eyeglass Lady. Thanks so much for joining us. And across the street is the SUNY School of Optometry. In New York State, we have two public education systems. We have SUNY, which is State University of New York, and then we have CUNY, C-U-N-Y, which stands for City University of New York. That is public school here in New York City. Now we're headed over towards Fifth Avenue, and this big building you see with that blue spire, that's One Vanderbilt. That's where you have the summit. As we get closer to Fifth Avenue, we might be able to see the spire of the one and only Chrysler building. Hey, I see FredEx. What's up? Good to see you, FredEx. Den says shout out from Toledo, Ohio. What's going on? Thanks for joining. I gotta get rid of all the snow. Now you're going to see the main entrance to the subway right here. You can get the B, D, F, M, and 7 trains. Now the 7 train was recently extended to go to the Hudson Yards, but the last stop on the 7 train in Queens is Flushing Main Street. And Flushing, Queens is the largest Chinatown in New York City. Many people think it's in Lower Manhattan. However, that's not true. There's a much bigger and much better Chinatown in Flushing, Queens. All right, we have now made it to Fifth Avenue. And you can see the spire of the Chrysler Building right here. Oh, wow. This kind of looks like a movie. We're now looking at the main entrance to the Stephen Schwarzman Building, the New York Public Library. And you see those two lions, Patience and Fortitude, all covered in snow. Wow, the snow is actually pretty deep right where we're walking. I'd say I'm walking through about maybe 4 inches of snow on the sidewalk. Here's the main lions. That's the thing, walking uptown is going to be very hard. As I said, the wind is southbound. So if we walk south, it's actually kind of easy because the wind is at our back. But heading back uptown is going to be really tough because that wind is crazy. It might not seem like it, but trust me, in person, the wind is crazy right now. Okay, check this view out. Okay. Next stop, we're gonna head over towards Grand Central Terminal, and I might as well take you all inside Grand Central. It'll be interesting to see what Grand Central looks like tonight, as I don't think any of the trains are running, but we'll see. Hey, Joe E, what's going on? Thanks for joining us on this very historic night in New York City. trains are running. That's good. Very good news. Let's go ahead and cross the street. Wow, everyone, look at this view. We're standing right in the middle of the street on Library Way. I mean, I'm surprised we don't have major power outages in places like New Jersey and Connecticut, because this snow is really, really heavy. Someone says, watching you from Flushing, Queens. 1 foot of snow out here already. We were just talking about Flushing, Queens. Love Flushing. Last stop on the 7 train. Many power outages reported in New Jersey. You can see them kind of putting the snow in these big dump trucks. This is now looking northbound on Madison. Gosh. Ooh, that was almost right up to the very top of my boot. Let's walk right in the middle of the street. Look at this. Wow. Chrysler Building. Grand Central. Pershing Square. This is now right outside Grand Central Terminal. Since we're here, I might as well take you guys on a quick look inside Grand Central. Oops. Looks like we got the FDNY. what's going on here. I think I hear additional units coming. Check this out. Maybe there's a gas leak. More units are arriving. Let's cross the street and investigate. Let's see what's going on. I don't think anything major is happening. Let's see. Oh, I think they're going in. Let me try to wipe the camera. I think they're leaving. Yeah, it looks like a false alarm. Well, at least now we'll be able to see a better shot of Grand Central Terminal. Shot Pershing Square. All right, everyone, I'm not going to take you inside Grand Central Terminal, but I want to take you all in this entrance because there's a little bit of a tribute to Jackie Kennedy. And the only reason why we have Grand Central Terminal the way it is today is because of the work that Jackie Kennedy did to save this beautiful structure that we now come to know and love as Grand Central Terminal. Okay. Let's go in. God, what a night. Okay, so once we're in, right here, you can see the little plaque. All right, welcome everybody to Grand Central Terminal. One of my favorite things about Grand Central are the chandeliers. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. How cool is that? Now, right under us is the Whisper Wall. So if you go down this ramp here and stand right under where we're standing right now, you'll be able to talk into the wall and have your voice go all the way around. It is pretty empty. And there's a brand new steakhouse that just opened up here. It's going to be on the west balcony. It's called Palladino's. Now, do you guys want to know something cool? These are the original floors of Grand Central Terminal. And right here, back in the day, these were the ticketing windows. Now, there's still ticketing windows now, but there's only like 2 of them open because everybody just buys the tickets on their phones. But back in the day, all of these were open and there'd be lines of people waiting to buy tickets. And it got so busy over the years that you could actually see, I'm not too sure if you can make it out on the camera, but you'll see a little bit of divots. It'll be like these little potholes all the way as you go down. And that's literally from people standing and wearing out that spot over years and years and years. So the next time you're in Grand Central, if you come, you know, let's just pretend we're gonna buy a ticket, right? And you come here like you're next in line, you go, oops, I'm next in line. It actually created that little divot all the way down. Isn't that crazy? Again, I don't know if you could see it on the stream, but you could definitely see it in person. It's little potholes kind of all as you go down. Now, if you look at the ceiling, you'll see this little tiny speck of black. And that is what the ceiling used to look like because you were able to smoke inside. You know, you could smoke cigarettes, smoke cigars, you know, really smoke whatever. And all of that tar would rise up to the ceiling, and they left that little piece, I'll try to zoom in, they left that little piece dirty so that everybody can remember what the ceiling used to look like back in the day. Anyway. That's also correct. The astrology on the ceiling is all backwards, but it still looks very nice nonetheless. You also have the Apple Store. Now I will walk up the stairs and you'll be able to get a better bird's eye view. Literally one of the only ones in the station. So what do you guys think? This is Grand Central Terminal. Okay, do you guys want one last interesting fact and cool tip about Grand Central? Now, aside from this brand new steakhouse, which is one of the most beautiful dining rooms I think I've ever seen, you have this stunning dining room here at Palladino's. You can have a really nice steak, and your view as you're dining is you're looking out over Grand Central. However, there's something even better about this train station. But we're gonna have to go out and exit right here in order for me to show you. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now, back in the day, this used to be kind of like the valet section where, you know, cabs would actually be able to drive up and drop people off right here. And if you walk down and go all the way to this door, you'll reach something called the Campbell apartment. And this used to be an office back in the day, but now it's an unbelievable cocktail bar. So it's at 15 Vanderbilt Avenue. Right through these doors, you walk through the doors and you bang a right, and it's the Campbell apartment. Now, if you want to Google and follow along, just type in on Google Images the Campbell apartment or the Campbell bar, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about as it relates to how beautiful that bar is. It's one of the most unbelievable places I've ever been to. So the next time you're at Grand Central Terminal, if you're waiting for a train, make sure you grab a drink at the Campbell bar. All right, let's continue on our walk outside. Western Mass Dave's has the snow let up. It has not. Actually, maybe a little bit. Emily says you Googled it, it's so cool. Yeah, I mean, you gotta, look at as many pictures as you can of the bar. And if you go during Christmas time, they have live music, and they have this guy playing the piano, Christmas carols. It's the most beautiful place ever. Beautiful. Now, this big building that you see right in front of us, this is 270 Park Avenue. This is the newest Class A office tower on Park Avenue. And it is the brand new headquarters of JP Morgan Chase.
Yeah, I don't want to blow you with the phone.
Oh no, oh, thanks man. Take care, have a good one. The Yale Club. Now, all of the Ivy League colleges have all of their private clubs in and around Grand Central Terminal. So you'll have the Harvard Club not too far away. You have the Yale Club right here. Hey, the 1A train. Thank you so much for your $10 donation. It says, hi from Minnesota. Amazing building. Well done with the tour and narration during this ungood weather. Thank you for this. Well, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Again, this is the front of the Yale Club. very curious to see Park Avenue tonight. But if you guys are enjoying tonight's live stream, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Plows out in full force. I mean, the roads are pretty clear around Grand Central Terminal, I'm not gonna lie. And I think I know why. Because a lot of the office buildings here, they hire private property management to clear the snow. Like, I'll bet you anything, right as we walk right in front of 270 Park Avenue, it's probably going to be completely clear, which it should be. I mean, Jamie Dimon can spend a few dollars, throw a few bones at some people to come shovel. This is now 46th Street. Get across. Take cover under some of the scaffolding. Wow, Leslie says there's a Fox reporter in Midtown Manhattan right now who says the worst hasn't even started yet. Whew. Right, well, we're now outside of 270 Park. strong. Too strong on park. Okay, looks like the wind died down a little bit. Here you can see the Waldorf Astoria. This is the brand new one. Well, the newly renovated one, I should say. Okay. We're now coming up to 50th Street. There's definitely a lot of accumulation on the roads. And there's the main entrance of the newly renovated Waldorf Astoria. Hey, Teresa Diaz, thank you so much for your $2 donation. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate 101,000 subscribers. Thank you so much as I try to navigate around this big snowbank. Here you can see the MetLife building. Get back up on the sidewalk. I think it'll be easier if we go up Madison. I know, SSLA, this is You Will Indeed Need Miami to Thaw Out. I'm definitely looking forward to it. As always, thank you so much for your $2 donation. This is what is your step count looking like today? Probably a lot. So I think we've been streaming for about 3 hours now, but I was out filming for about 4 hours before this. So I wouldn't be surprised if, I walked probably about a full marathon, maybe over 26 miles today in the city. I wouldn't be surprised. So I don't know how much in steps that is, but for sure, probably coming up on 20 miles in the city today. St. Patrick's Cathedral. You know, it actually seems like the snow is letting up a little bit. Maybe this is the calm before the big storm, because honestly, it's not really coming down that hard right now. Wow, someone says the storm is out over the ocean and further south. Hey, David, thank you so much for your very kind $10 donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I mean, it's definitely been a lot of fun exploring the city in the snowstorm with all of you. It's kind of cool to, just be outside, keep tabs on how the city's holding up. Now, keep in mind, New York City is currently under a travel ban. So there is no traveling allowed from the hours of 9 p.m. till 12. Always thank you so much for your $2 donation. This is what kind of boots do you wear? So right now I'm wearing these rain boots. Barber rain boots. Real quick, this is Bauman Rare Books. This is a great spot. As somebody who has a very, very rare book collection myself, this is a great location, but their main location is in Palm Beach, Florida. They have some first edition copies of some really, really great books here. And yeah, if anybody collects like first edition texts or something like that of the sorts, they have a lot of great stuff. I got one of my books appraised by them. It's a first edition 1920s edition of Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. Also, I have a first edition Seth Klarman Margin of Safety. Ooh, look at this sidewalk here. Hey, Jen711, thank you so much for your $5 donation. Says thank you so much for your commentary and history. I'm here till the end. Well, thank you for the support. I appreciate it very, very much. Hey, Mohammed is here from Pakistan. Good to see you, Mohammed. what you would call a boutique investment bank. Wow, someone's watching us from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really wish we had Brazilian weather here in New York. Let's just say that. Let's cross. Ooh, that was the biggest puddle of the night. Sergio's is from Miami, formerly Queens. Thanks for joining. Now, I am going to be uploading additional videos in 4K from the storm. So if you guys are interested in what the storm looks like or what the city looks like, make sure you're subscribed. And I will be uploading those periodically throughout the night as we track this historic storm. All right, everyone, it's getting a little bit too windy. All right, I'm gonna call it a night there. So thank you for everyone who came out. It was a really, really fun time. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and we will see you all tomorrow, or maybe a little bit later on. So Mohammed, thank you so much. Western Mass Dave, Professor Dario, Low Battery Tilt, Adi, Stay Frosty, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay warm, and we will see you all in the next one. Take care. Sergio, thank you for your $5 donation. I appreciate it. Marciem, take care, everyone.